Hey, what's going on guys? Lag here, and thank you for joining me today for a Nioh 2 build video. Alright guys, in today's video I will be sharing with you all my ODACHI build, which is a new tank setup I'm using. For starters, this build, it doesn't do Tenjin style damage, and nor does it work with Tenjin, so just bear that in mind. If you guys were looking for a new Tenjin setup, you know, Tenjin is getting old in my opinion. As time goes on, you know, new Guardian Spirits will come out and trump Tenjin. Two other things as well, guys. One, I highly recommend that you crank out your Agyo and Ungyo titles. I have all my Crusher titles and all that kind of stuff, so you know I recommend you going for those titles as much as possible, because with those titles, you get prestige points to get your passive abilities. You know, so I highly recommend doing that. All right. And another thing as well, if I didn't say it already, this build is pretty much bad in agility. You know, you're going to be sitting at C agility. So, all right. But other than that, these are my stats. Let me go ahead and try to make this as quick as possible. All right, these are my stats. So let me go ahead and show you my status sheet too as well. My other stats. I'm sorry, my special effects. All right, so let's go ahead and go down. All right, so I'm going to basically speak about the main stats you want to focus on. For the first one, you want to be focused on elemental damage taken, guarding, and also elemental damage taken in general. And as you can see, for elemental damage taken, guarding, you don't necessarily need 137.5. I just basically need to re-roll that stat. So what you want to do is try to get that at 100%. So therefore, when you're blocking, any elemental attacks you take will be negated completely. And also, it's the same for elemental damage taken. And when you're not blocking, that's just basically elemental damage that you won't take at all. All right. So going down, and I'll show you what roles you need to focus on as well. You want to also focus on getting projectile damage taken. This is roughly sitting at 70%. Hopefully in the future with new gear sets, I'll be able to get this to 100. All right. You want to also focus on backstab damage taken. I'm sitting at 94%. I'll show you what rolls again you need to get that as maxed out as much as you can. Alright, and my other rolls that just, you know, it is what it is with those. Nothing too much to worry about there, so. As far as the defensive side goes. Alright. Alright, so let's go ahead and go over to my armor and guardian spirits I'm using. I'm sorry, my cores I'm using. Alright, so starting off with the first one, guys, I'm using Nioh. And the reason I'm using Nioh is mainly for the elemental damage taken, 2.5% bonus. It's not a really big bonus, but, you know, the more the better. Alright, and I'm using item drop rate and yokai ability damage, all. I'm using Oniroki. And the main reason I'm using Oniroki is for that damage taken when you're attacking. So, in other words, when you're attacking in mid-stance, anytime you swing your weapon in mid-stance, you'll receive a damage reduction while you're attacking, not while you're in mid-stance. So anytime, just keep that in mind, anytime you're swinging your weapon while in mid-stance, you will receive a damage reduction bonus. If you just stand there in mid-stance, then you won't receive that bonus. I actually had that confused for a bit, so, but I finally, you know, not as of recent, but I got it, you know, cleared up, so. But yeah, just keep that in mind. So it's a really good bonus to me. All right, and I'm using Kazuki. You don't necessarily have to use Kazuki if you don't want. I actually like using Kazuki, but one of the roles you want to try to focus on, if you can, if you know want to play around with your yokai abilities, is super efficient yokai abilities. All that's a really good ability, and your max roll for that is going to be at 4%. Alright, it'd be nice if I could get it on 3 of my soul cores, but you know, it's not going to work out, so. Alright, so let's go ahead and check out my actual items I'm using. And you don't necessarily, again, need elixirs. I don't know why I still have this on my setup, but you don't need these at all, in my opinion. You want to make sure you're using extraction, barrier, and rejuvenation. These are mandatory for me in most of my builds. Alright, so guys, when you're using these particular talismans with high elemental damage reduction, as you saw in the video, you can basically negate all elemental attacks completely. Alright, going over, I'm using the defensive talisman as well still. You don't have to use this if you don't want. Alright, I'm using the Clay Bell of Beckoning. I actually like using these because you can use up to 3. And the more of these you have out, the Scampus creatures, the more of these you have out, and while they're attacking the enemy, you get anima build up. And it seems to be pretty decent as well when you're using the Arch Yokai Talisman, if I said that properly. Alright, another item I'm going to talk about too, guys, if you don't know, this item right here, the Dion Jin Sake, if you don't want to use any of those talismans I was just showing you guys, this will basically do the exact same thing. I really like using this item. I used to use this a lot in Nioh 1 as well. But it does basically the same thing as those talismans. So I have this on myself to, you know, to show you. Alright, and going over to my next set of items. I would recommend using these. Mainly Sacred Brush. So that way, when you run out of your talismans, you can just use one of these and get your stuff back. Alright, I'm using Purification, and like I said earlier, Arch Yokai. When you use this, anytime you're attacking or whatever, it helps your anima build up. Alright, so going up to my first weapon now, I'm using the Firefly Blade. There is a reason I'm using this particular Odachi, because of that first bonus, which is called Auto Life Recovery when you're absorbing Amrita. And this actually stacks on top of any other life recovery stats you have on your belt. Using break, increased defense, moonlit snow, attack bonus strength, life drain, and active skill break. As you can see, I'm just basically I want to focus on as much defense as I possibly can. That's why I'm not using increased attack moonlit snow. You know, so trying to be as tanky as I can. Alright, for this right here, you want to make sure you're using the Urn Splitter hatchets, so you can get the 3-piece bonus for the Oni Shibata set. And that bonus, of course, is the damage taken bonus. Again, when you're attacking, you get a damage reduction. If you're just standing there, you're not going to get it. So just make sure when you're, attacking, preferably you can be, you want to be in mid stance, so that way you're getting that bonus while attacking. All right, going on. Your bows don't matter. It doesn't have to necessarily be specifically rolled anyway or anything. So, also you can get 170 range weapons if you get lucky enough to find them. So, all right, going on to my helmet. Now, your rolls you want to mainly focus on are these ones right here. Your backstab damage taken and elemental damage taken guarding. All right, and if you get lucky enough to get one of these rolls right here with the orange inheritable or the white one, go ahead and focus on that. And I also have some of these in my inventory, in my stash, so I can share these when I stream again and all that. So I haven't streamed in a while, been working. So all right, going on to my chest piece. These are defense bonus, ammo gauge, toughness, elemental damage taken, projectile. Want to stack that as much as possible. Again, elemental damage taken, guarding, backstab damage taken. Alright, for my gloves, elemental damage taken, faster window recovery, attack, projectile damage taken, elemental damage taken while guarding, and backstab damage taken. Want to make sure you crank out those rolls. Alright, water resistance, omnio magic power, toughness, projectile damage taken, elemental damage taken, guarding, and backstab damage taken. Alright. And I'm sorry guys, I actually didn't showcase these the bonus for this Arrowsbane set. I was getting ahead of myself, I'm sorry. So for the Arrowsbane set, this is a really good set for projectiles reduction, damage reduction. As you can see, for the third piece bonus you get 25%. And for the fourth piece bonus, you get 4.5% damage taken. Alright, and you get that bonus perk, which is called Stalwart. And what that is basically it gives you hyper armor against any projectile attack to keep you from being staggered. Alright. The reason I'm not using 2-piece Tatanashi or 3-piece Tatanashi is because technically you're only getting 3.0% damage taken. With Arrowsbane you get 1.5% more. So, and as you can see with the 2-piece bonus, I'm getting the 15% projectile damage taken. Alright, that's it for my armor. Going on to my charms. Using 2 Yasukanis. You want to make sure you're using these specific rolls I'm showing you. Or you could just always go ahead and you make sure you're using life recovery as well. So, oh, and by the way, while I'm here, this is the other charm I wanted to tell you guys about. If you're looking for an item to help out with your movement, so go ahead and use Toshi's Abacus if you are concerned about your weight. This basically helps you out with your agility. It doesn't make it, B rating. It just, helps you move a little bit faster. So, all right, and that's it for my equipment. All right, let's go ahead and go on over to my clan I'm using. All right, and I'm not using Honda clan for this particular build. I'm using the Otani clan, and the reason I'm using this Otani clan is to get the elemental damage taken bonus reduction anyway. So for whatever reason, if you don't want to do this, another clan I could recommend. I don't know why you wouldn't want to, have your setup not like mine's. You want to try, like I said, you want to try to make sure you're getting as much elemental damage taken reduction as, just max out as much as you can. So, but another good alternative to this clan is right here. You want to be more tanky and mid stance while attacking. Kato is a really good clan. All right. Only if you just want more damage. You don't use Kato. I mean, I would prefer just using one of the other, Kato or Otani. You know what I'm saying? Try to get away from using Honda and Tenjin. You know what I mean? So just something different. All right, man. But that's it, man. So we'll go ahead and get up out of here. I don't want to hold you guys too much longer if you stuck around this long. Check out the build. Tell me what you think. If you got the rolls or if you need the rolls, whenever I stream again, I'll drop you guys the rolls. Dropped some earlier for a friend of mine while I was talking. And that's it. So everyone be safe and catch y'all later.